Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and from the title of this video, you know what I'm going to be discussing: how and why you should avoid transactional people and why you should not be transactional or an opportunist at all in this day and age. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, I just posted a video on how I got on the Forbes 30 under 30 list at 21 and my work with UNICEF HQ. And I also did a few other videos that might make sense to watch first before you watch this. You can get a really good understanding of where I'm coming from when I say this. So, like I said, I was on the Forbes 30 under 30 list at 21. So, I unfortunately have interacted with a lot of transactional people and a lot of opportunists who, in their head, they have this awful mindset that the grass is always greener and your grass is greener, and they want to mow it down out of envy and jealousy. And I really want to have a wide and diverse range of audience here with different ages, and both men and women, because this is something that also impacts men as well. But this is really a video for the girls, but continue watching, guys, if you are watching. Because I think this is something that is anyone can be, transactional or opportunist. I want to say that, but with my point with like envy and jealousy, this could sometimes happen, for girls when they're perceived as beautiful, or they have, a boyfriend or something like that, where someone is jealous of them, right? So transaction people are so interesting, and I actually made a Substack article on this, or post on Substack. I don't really know how Substack works. Go subscribe. I'm gonna comment it someplace or put it in my bio. So go read that, watch the previous videos, then come back to this and we can lock in together on transactional people. So like my point of making this video is I wondered, were transactional people, did they always exist, or was it really because of social media that caused people to become more transactional? Because I think that social media has such a negative and positive impact on society, right? In many different ways. For example, you know, it has impacted people not only in business and professional life on seeing like where they should be at, in with their bank account, where they should be at in their career, all of these things, but it also impacts, people when it comes to envy, when they see someone happy and they want to be doing what they're doing, whether it's travel or business, or even with love. Like you could have the best girlfriend, the best boyfriend, and in your head you still want more. You still see a girl or see a guy as an influencer. You're like, oh my gosh, he or she is so much prettier than the person that I have. And that's such a negative mentality to have in life, let alone like now in this day and age of social media. So I honestly want to do like a study on this. Like, did social media cause people to become more envious, more jealous, and more transactional? Or has it always been this way? But I don't know. Like, comment in the chat box like what you guys think. But for me, it's so important to avoid transactional people, or to not be transactional. So in a word of transactional people, don't be like that. And I've noticed, and I think, like I said, it is because of social media that people have become so transactional, where you interact with people who honestly could not care about you as a person. They really just want the connection that you gain. I want to preface and give a disclaimer. I think you should always put yourself out there in life. You should always email people, always, comment on LinkedIn posts, direct message people on LinkedIn, do what you have to do to, advance your career, right? But you should not be transactional. Being transactional is essentially saying, okay, you're going to give me this recommendation, this nomination, this connection, whatever, and I'm going to never speak to you again and not say thank you. Like, that is crazy. And of course, in my video that I have mentioned, my jealousy and envy video, I've mentioned, my interactions with people, where people sort of, they see that I have a low follower count. I probably have 2,000 followers on Instagram. I don't care to be seen on Instagram, honestly. This is like me putting myself out there. But they see that I have a low follower account, and they're like, okay, maybe she'll be willing to do XYZ. So I do XYZ, I support them. I'm like, I'll nominate you for the Forbes list. I'll, connect you to this person. I'll do this, I'll do that. I'll be on your podcast. That's something that I talked about in the video. Like, I was on this girl's podcast, immediately afterwards unfollowed me. So it's like, what is wrong with people? Why did they become so transactional? And why are people like this? And I want to preface this first saying, for girls who are out there, for girls and guys who have a pure heart and who do things just to be genuine and just to care for others, you should never let these people taint who you are as a person. Like, I think that is something that I live by. Like, regardless of if someone's nice or mean or, hurt my feelings or didn't hurt my feelings. One, I don't allow people to hurt my feelings. I think that's also something that you should never do. You should never allow someone's, actions or emotions to physically hurt you or mentally hurt you. You should never give someone that power, right? But regardless, I never change my mindset. I genuinely see the good in people, and I try my best to be really positive and say, this individual might be weird, but that can't stop me from, extending a hand out to others, right? Because at some point I was there where and I'm still am there. I'm still growing in my career. Now I'm growing this YouTube channel. Like, I'm not perfect, and everything is always growing, and you would want people to give you a chance. That's something that I always talk about. And people have given me so many chances in my professional career as well, to succeed and go further in life, which has been so kind, has done wonders for me, right? But you don't ever want opportunists or transactional people to stunt you or prevent you from going further in life, because, like, it's not worth it. Like, these transactional people, what you don't get, and these opportunists, um, they are never happy. They always are looking at someone else's grass. They're like, the grass, they literally believe that the grass is always greener in their heads on the other side, because of how insecure and envious and jealous they are. So you should never feel awful if you interact with someone who is transactional, whether it's a friend, well, whoever it is. And especially if you post on social media, I think that is something that is a big component of it. People do, what is the song? Do anything for clout. People do anything for clout, anything for an ounce of, fame, or like an ounce of recognition, so that they can go further. And it's such a negative thing, because it's like, what's the point of tearing someone down to go further in your career? There's no point. And for everyone who has ever, I'm telling you, anyone who has ever tried to tear me down or was mean or like hit the unfollow or pretend like I didn't exist, whatever, they always come back and like try to refollow after I continue to succeed in life, because it is so important to always be positive and always do things with a good heart, because you will be rewarded. I hate when I see on TikTok people are like, good guys are not rewarded, people who are nice are not rewarded. That's not the truth. You have to genuinely believe that good things will come to you, and then they will come to you. It's about your mindset. It's about changing it, right?